from Stage 5 in beautiful Austin, Texas.
Hi, Gus.
This week, Gus Sorolla.
Brandon Farmini.
Chris Damaris.
And Burnie Burns.
And Gus Sorolla.
Can I get over here?
When I was out a couple weeks ago, you sat in my seat.
I did.
And apparently you put my earpiece in your ear.
Gross.
And when I came back the next week, it was covered in earwax.
My girlfriend is so upset about that.
It was.
She keeps trying to get me to clean my ears.
So
like
disgusting
Q-tips.
and gross. It was like, the thing was orange. We threw it away. I think Patrick wore gloves to get it.
Are you mad though? Because you had you went through the same thing.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have put someone
Brandon,
else's thing in my ear.
Taking this information in stride. Wow,
You're
that's
like-
amazing. How dirty are your fucking ears?
I don't know. I can't see.
Like
Look,
you
like,
took
ears
like,
great.
Can you hear?
when you took it out, did you look at it and be like, oh, I should wipe that off?
No, I did not.
No,
It
you
was
did.
not
I know you
intentional.
didn't because it was still
not-
there.
I wasn't like, fuck this.
Because it took like 20 minutes and 4 people to help him yank it out of his ear. That's why he went home and took a nap.
When I heard about that,
afterwards.
I felt really bad, and I meant to apologize. And I'm apologizing to you right now.
That's disgusting.
I didn't think of it. I'm sorry. I had no idea.
It was just sitting out here.
Sorry. So it had a week to like just ferment.
It was like orange.
That's how you make vodka.
That's the slurry.
Oh yeah.
I clean Joe the cat's ears. I do.
Do you want to clean my ears?
No, I don't.
I'm
do you
just
clean
afraid
Joe's
if
ears?
Q-tips freak me. Like putting that
What's
in my
that?
ear
How do you-
freaks me out.
He's a Q-tip. Cleans ears.
You clean
You're
your
not
ears.
supposed to put them in your ears.
That's adorable.
That's bullshit.
Do you
I
clean
know
your
it
ears?
says it on the package.
I know it says it not to do it, but whatever.
That's just
Everybody-
a safety. They just say that because they're just covering their bases. They're like,
Yeah, because it's
Covering their
dirt.
bases.
Yeah,
Is there any other product in the world though that is literally the thing you're not supposed to use it
it's
for?
like-
It's what you use it for.
Your car goes up to 100. The speedometer goes to 140 miles an hour. Don't drive it above 70.
yeah.
Wink.
Yeah.
Don't put it in your ear. Wink.
They're pretty clean now.
I always
think.
love
Yeah,
that.
because it's all in the fucking thing. We threw it away.
One of them's clean.
If you're gonna get Brandon's attention, do it from the left side.
No shit.
What?
You know, that's we talked about this before. That's a job in India they have. It's part of the culture there. Is that
they have like
ear cleaners on the street?
and you'll just go and they'll be like,
Doot, doot, doot. They have all these fucking tools and they like stick them.
Oh no!
Oh, you
Do
saved
you still
it.
have it?
Patrick, I love you.
Oh my God.
Patrick saved it. He's bringing it out and giving it to Gus right now.
Exhibit A, Gus's earpiece.
Let me see.
Did you take a photo of it up close?
That's from your ear.
no, wait, I'm sorry. This is not how you make vodka. This is how you get Ebola.
You're like gagging. That's in your ears. That is like 4 inches from your mouth at any time.
Brandon. That's awful.
Nobody tell my girlfriend.
Yeah,
I've
wait,
never
hold on,
seen-
wait, we gotta get it tight.
Oh, gotta get tight on this? I gotta like rotate it and work with this thing?
You came to a podcast to call out
See,
playing.
there'll be a linked up to a high-res photo of
Yeah,
this
we'll-
disgusting thing.
We'll post a better photo of it.
I
It's
have
hard to
never
see.
seen that amount of wax that didn't have a wick in it ever in my life. That's disgusting.
Can we
Gross.
stick a piece of twine in Brandon's ear and light it? If the power ever goes
That is
out.
how I think
putting
they
this
do
over here.
that to get rid of earwax. I'm serious.
When it melts and you're like, where does it go?
I think you can do that.
Isn't wax? You want some wax in
brave
there?
man.
Yeah.
Do you?
Like it protects your ear. That's why you have it.
What do you want?
You want wax? Wax is good.
It's natural.
You know, there's a genetic flag. It's actually, remember that test I
23andMe?
took from 23andMe? There's just like one genetic marker that if it's flipped, you have dry earwax versus wet earwax. And typically it's an east-west thing. Not like East Coast, West Coast, like rapper thing, but like people in like the Far East in China have dry earwax. It's dry, and they like have to like chip it out. And,
Do I have dry
Americans
or wet
have wet
earwax,
earwax.
Gus?
I don't know.
Westerners
you
have wet
old
earwax.
earwax, is what I can tell.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
There's not many genes that are like that, which is like a little flip, and it's like here's the change.
Yeah.
And that's one they know, is the wet
What
versus
would
dry
be the
earwax.
weirdest wet-dry change
Semen.
of a? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Dry
Thinking it
semen?
was dry
Like a cloud of dust,
Yeah.
like powdered semen.
You just shoot it into the air and hope. Come on.
Get in there. It gives a whole new meaning to blowjobs.
It'd be gross though. You just like walk into someone's bedroom. You're like, what is that in here?
Yeah, little Timmy's room's always really dusty.
You had to vacuum it all the time.
It's like you got to keep like a fucking dustbuster on hidden under your mattress.
Be awesome if you could like set off the smoke alarm. Just let your girlfriend over. All of a sudden the smoke alarm goes off.
My wife's been bugging me to get a haircut because my hair's really long right now, and I wanted to get a haircut, but we started filming this other thing that's been going on for a little over a week now.
Josh's project?
Right, and I can't cut my hair because now if I cut my hair halfway through the project, all of a sudden my hair gets short.
Oh, and we'll have pickups for the next 3 months.
Right, so every day my wife's like, why don't you get a haircut today? Like, I can't. I've got to wait. It's like, when are you going to be done filming? I don't know.
You just got to give up on that. Because there's been so many times where I've said, I'm going to cut my hair, and everyone's like, okay. So you sure I'm going to cut my hair? Yes. And they cut my hair, and they come in the next day like, you cut your hair. Like, today we have to reshoot something we shot 4 weeks ago.
I did that. I did that to Brandon at Immersion. I showed up and I was like, I had a beard when we filmed this, right? And you're like, oh shit.
I remember we put a complete fake beard on you for the reunion short.
Where it's like, let's get some mascara and just kind of.
You look like Daniel Day-Lewis playing you. That's what you looked like.
Yeah, so if you like really look closely at some of those shots, you can see my beard is just mascara over like a tiny bit of stubble that I happen to have.
I couldn't believe every comment wasn't like, what's wrong with Gus? Does he have some kind of disease?
What's wrong with
He needs to
Gus?
go to
Our
the
audience is used to that.
The first pass we used like brown mascara, so it was like brown.
It was like I had shit over my mouth. You can just say it, Chris. It looked like there was shit all around my mouth. It was terrible. The black looked much better. It's much more flattering.
I stepped on a toothpick. My brother was eating Pop-Tarts with toothpicks. I don't know why. It happens. Yeah, and he was on the floor. And I ran in, I stepped in this toothpick, and it got wedged into my foot. And it was like Pop-Tart goo all over it. I was like,
did it jam in your foot? Like
yeah,
pierced your foot?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's
it was
the
like,
worst.
there was, I think it was apple cinnamon.
What is wrong with your
Cinnamon Pop-Tart, I think is what it
like that story just kept getting weirder and weirder. He was eating Pop-Tarts with toothpicks on the floor.
I don't know. Don't ask me. I just stepped on it.
Say all you have in the house is a Pop-Tart and a box of toothpicks. if that's all that you have, how do you eat your Pop-Tart? How the fuck do you eat a Pop-Tart?
I don't know.
With a toothpick?
That's what I said. I was really pissed. I was like,
That's what you said? You stepped on the toothpick, you didn't say ow?
No, I said. But afterwards, I was like, what? Well, I didn't say this because I was like 7, but I was like, why the fuck are you eating a Pop-Tart on the floor with toothpicks?
At 7, I totally would have said fuck.
No, I wouldn't.
I grew up in New York.
I couldn't say butt.
You couldn't say butt?
I couldn't say, don't be a butthead. I got in trouble for that.
Oh, man.
Well, of course you get in trouble, but you can still say it.
Well, yeah.
It's not like
in my head, I was like, I can't say butt.
Chris's
Really?
program.
Yeah, it was like, I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons when I was 7.
Neither did I, but you still
That
find
makes
ways to
sense.
do it.
But yeah,
Oh, you just said it.
I know. But I could say that kind of butt. But it's like that's what
That
that's how I would
kind of butt.
that's how I would get around with it. I'd be like, oh, you're such a butt. I also like this. You know, that's how I would get. Like,
It made you the creative person you are today? Look
Did
at
you walk around and be like, oh, I'm so smart?
So what was that with your parents? Where were you in the family? You strike me.
I'm the middle.
You strike me as a middle kid.
Yeah, I'm a middle kid.
You strike me as a
Yeah.
middle kid. Yeah.
Forgettable.
Yeah, no, I was.
Overlooked.
It's bizarre.
No, I was just older sister and then younger brother. I was mean to my older younger brother.
That's why he's setting up Pop-Tart toothpick booby traps. Like the Pop-Tarts are just a ruse. Like
What kind of Pop-Tart was it? Do you remember?
Cinnamon
cinnamon,
or
that's
apple.
right.
Yeah, one of those. It's a good Pop-Tart. I mean, not that particular. I didn't eat that one, but it's just in general, I like that flavor.
Didn't eat that one after you stepped on it, or stepped on the raw toothpick.
it's like wine. You're like making wine out of it. Just stepping on Pop-Tarts.
In college, there's a thing where you spot Franzia wine, box wine. You take it out of the bag and pass the bag around, and you slap it first. And then we had like a friend.
Why
and
you
he's a-
slap the bag?
No,
You just
that's
gotta
the game.
slap the bag.
It's a game. You drink it and then you slap it, and if people aren't satisfied with your slap, you have to keep drinking. So it's like, no, that's a bullshit slap. Slap it again. And so you have to keep slapping it until people are satisfied.
Well, the guy who was hosting the
What?
party, it was his birthday, and he was this big dude, and I was standing next to him, and he was like, yeah, and he slaps it, and he slapped it so hard, the bag burst, and it's just like, wine got like,
Oh my God.
He was like
and I'm like standing there, and I'm like, I can't get pissed because it's his party, but I don't know what to do. It's this awkward situation. I'm like, I don't know how to react.
You should have slapped him.
Were you
slapped him.
It's like you were partying with a god of wine and food. Just like this big guy.
Yeah.
What is the god of wine, dude? Does he like attack Tokyo?
I don't know. I thought it was a big guy who just like drinks wine and gets drunk and does stuff.
Brandon just made this like motion of like knocking down a mountain or something like that.
He's a big dude. And
Like
it's
Dionysus
like a big bag.
is gonna do that.
It's like I saw it in slow motion.
I'd be more upset about spilling that amount of wine in a closed apartment. I mean, it's just
Oh,
like,
no, it was outside.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's a
Probably
little
didn't
bit
let you
better.
back inside after that. That
That's a little bit better.
motherfucker's gonna drip all over the carpet.
I slowly made my way out.
Yeah, you can't do it all at once. You don't want them to notice.
So I think people are familiar that there's been a Smite tournament going on, right? And
Gus, you're playing in it.
Yes.
so this all was introduced by Jack, and what he was suggesting is, the departments have their own teams. So one of the things is like a live action team. So we're like, oh, that sounds cool. So we got back to our office, and Chris and I were just seeing who was here to be on the team with. And then like Blaine comes up to us, and he's just basically like,
Well, no, we were like, hey, Brandon, do you want to? We should do a live action team. Like, it was like me and you. It's like, oh, well, we should do it. And it's like, hey, Blaine, do you want to be on our Smite team?
and he was just like, oh, no, I'm going to go be with Chris Martin because he's excellent at Smite. I'm going to beat you guys. Like, as obnoxious as Blaine could possibly be.
It's like, you guys are going down.
Yeah.
Chris Martin's awesome at it.
Oh. And so he comes back about 15 minutes later, and he was like, guys, Chris Martin's with the team with the Adams.
No, he was like, hey, so I'm actually freed up now. If you guys, if you're still, looking for a third member.
Yeah, so we did the bigger thing and told him no and took Jordan in instead.
Jordan who does, RTAA, because, Chris ended up being with the two Adams in the tech office.
And they basically formed the unbeatable team. Like, they're
Well, that's the, who knows? There's some good Smite players.
so
in the
we've been
office,
practicing, and we're pretty excited about the tournament. And then
but it's me, you, and Jordan.
me and Jordan, and we've been practicing, and then we find out that we're going against the Adams in the first round. And I thought we held our own, but, in the end, we still lost. And then we come to find out that we were originally supposed to be against somebody else, and Blaine's team was supposed to be against the Adams. But when he found that out, he went and complained and cried about it, and eventually got the bracket changed. So we all of a sudden now went against the Adams, and then he got another seed and won his first match.
He played against people who didn't play the game.
He didn't play the game, and then he went up to Jordan
Are
afterwards.
you guys giving spoilers?
No, this video's already been released.
It's already happened.
Okay.
And then he came up to Jordan afterward and was like, oh, hey, man, I'm sorry. That sucks, you guys in advance. I really wish that would happen. So we've been most passively, aggressively, ignoring him in gaming and giving him such a hard time because it was the most infuriating thing I've ever felt.
Gamesmanship. It's part of the game.
Are you defending him or
getting the right seed is part of the game? Absolutely. It's tough.
Yeah, but the seeds were already
He's playing a bigger game.
selected. He's playing.
So who do you appeal to?
He's playing the crybaby game.
Who do you appeal
we
to?
didn't go any further than that. And that
who
was
made
alleged.
this?
That was what we were told, but no one has denied it.
Who made the seeds?
But it was.
But that being said, the night before we played, we randomly in Smite, our team we were practicing ended up playing his team,
Yeah, and
we destroyed them.
Yeah, destroy them. There's no doubt in my mind that we would absolutely blow them out of the water. So I feel like we're the people's champions.
Yeah. No one knows about us.
Yeah.
So we're the
Still.
people's in me and him.
But it
And
was so
Jordan.
sad. Blaine was trying to play with us again today, and we're like, no. And he got the most puppy dog face.
Blaine's
He was
getting
nobody
hammered on
wants to
Twitter
play
right
me
now.
anymore. Huh?
Blaine's getting hammered on Twitter right now.
Good.
It was so shady.
Now maybe we'll have him on next week to
It
defend
hurt
himself.
my heart.
I heard a story that you would love. I never heard about this. That when the Wright brothers went to pitch the airplane to the U.S. military, Orville Wright and a colonel got in a plane together. And Orville Wright took off, flew him around, crashed the plane, crippled himself, killed the colonel, and the Army goes, we'll order 10,000. Then
For the enemy.
it didn't sway them at all. They went ahead and placed an order anyway.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I just love that.
Plug.
Bye.
And this new shirt
And
that I
you-
wear.
Get all the plugs in.
Are we live right now? Hey, it's Rooster Teeth Podcast.
It's a podcast. Coming to you live from Austin, Texas. Gus, Miles,
up Burnie.